everyone, welcome back to the Cookbook Club. Today we are doing our final recipe in Molly Stevens' All About Braising. We are braising this month, right? We're going to be using the Tramontina 7-quart Dutch oven and the Stanley 2G fry pan, and we're going to be making braised whole chicken with bread, stuffing, and bacon. And I am keeping an open mind because I've never braised a whole chicken. I want to see if it actually would come out good like that. So, welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook Kitchen. Okay, I'm melting a bunch of butter here. I'm going to put a little olive oil. She doesn't call for that. But that'll keep my butter from browning too fast because it'll bring up the smoke point a little bit. So I'm changing a few things in the recipe just because of my own taste. One might be controversial, but I don't care.
Hey, Miss Amy, controversial, really? Tell us what you think in the comments about Miss Amy being controversial.
So we're starting out the base of our stuffing, and I'm sauteing some onions here very nicely. And we want to bring these to till they're translucent. So I said cook them till they're translucent, but a girl can change her mind, right? I have them slightly before that because I'm putting in some celery and I want this cooked. Now we're going to cook these until they're softened. Okay, so I'm going to put some garlic in here. She doesn't call for any, but I minced up a little bit for both this and the braising liquid.
Garlic, boo?
I'm sorry, but I have to have garlic.
We have garlic. Garlic and onions. Jeez. That's a given.
I mean, how can you have stuffing without any garlic in it?
At least we didn't put bell pepper in here.
Well, you could.
Good. Got some fresh off the...
If you want Cajun-style stuffing, put some bell pepper.
Exactly. If you're from Louisiana and Mississippi, that's what you do, right?
I'm going to put a little bit of Ebu's thyme in here.
Fresh off the plant this afternoon, right?
Yep, just cut.
That's what we do.
Just cut it, picked it and cut it.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 seconds ago. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I have this big bowl here. We're going to take all this and we're going to put it in this bowl.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Sexy.
Now we're talking. Let me wipe the side of my pan so I don't get that grease running down. Now, we're going to turn this back on and we're going to get... Okay, so here's another one of my changes. She wants little cubed ham. Diced ham. I'm going to use sausage. So you use whatever kind of meat that you like, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to go ahead and brown this up. Okay, so it looks like our sausage is cooked. This is kind of funny to me because I'm so used to making stuffing like a huge amount for Thanksgiving. And I'm like this, and I'm like, this is a small amount, but...
Because the recipe calls for stuffing a chicken.
Yeah, it's one chicken. So... I think we're looking good. Okay, so what do they call the filling for your stuffing? Is it stuffing for stuffing? That is what we have here. This is what we just sauteed. I have some bread. This is from like a country loaf that was... I didn't make this bread, but I bought it a few days ago so it'll stale off a little bit. Usually I toast mine in the oven, but she didn't call for that. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. We're going to give us a little bit of seasoning. How about some seasoning, boo? I got some parsley. I got some granulated garlic. She doesn't have any. She just has salt and pepper. Amy has granulated garlic. Amy has salt and pepper.
If you really want to show off, you'd have granulated onion. Yeah.
Some pepper. We're going to be salt and pepper in this again. After the toss. Toss, toss. So we're gonna start with a little chicken broth. So, this is where I have to confess that I'm deviating from the recipe. I know people are gonna have a, you know what, because I'm not gonna stuff the chicken. If you wanna stuff the chicken, stuff the chicken. If you don't stuff the chicken. I'm not stuffing the chicken. And I don't get peer pressured into doing something
free country,
you don't want to.
You can always do something different.
Yeah. She puts part of the stuffing into the bird without any liquid in it, which is a little different. Okay, so some of the other changes that I made. She puts toasted pine nuts. I don't want that in there. I like pine nuts, but I don't want it in my stuffing. And she puts currants in there. Currants are basically like raisins. They're a different variety of raisins, but they're raisin-like anyway.
Full disclosure, we don't like currants in our potato salad either.
Yeah, I don't... start off putting raisins or currants in your stuffing, and the next thing you know, you're putting it in the potato salad. And we know that we've gone completely off the rocker.
That's okay. People who like currants will give you know, their opinion, but...
Oh, I'm sure they will. Yeah. Right? Put a little more in here. Let this soak it up. I usually put my bread in the oven. I olive oil and season them and toast them in the oven because I like a lot of flavor. I don't know how much more salt I need because that has some salt, pepper.
But you also have bread, right?
Yeah. Looking good. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to stir it a few times to get that liquid all soaked up in there. Okay. Chicken prepping time. I've done this before. Years ago, she has her own instructions about trussing the chicken, and I already know how to truss, so I'm going to do it my way.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to do it my way.
Here goes Amy.
So, Eric's going to have to run the salt and pepper shaker. So I'll give that to him. And here, since I'm not stuffing the chicken, we got to put something up in there.
That's some more Farmer Evo certified.
Yeah, Eric just went out and got me some herbs from the old Blue Ridge Mountain Homestead, Ebu Farmer Farms.
Freeze warnings have no effect on my garden. If the deer ain't eating it, then the weather will, right?
So we got us a chicken here. And this is kind of ugly. I'm going to trim this off. With my dull knife. If you can believe that. All the knives I just got, and I'm standing up here with the dull one. Yeah, because that had some feathers on it. Yeah, I want to get those off.
Yeah, it might fly away, right?
So she wants us to cut the tips of the wings off. I'm not going to do that. And she wants us to use the guts and junk. I'm not going to use that either.
Well, good news was it didn't come with guts and junk. It was actually empty. It didn't even have a neck.
Oh, it didn't even have that?
Yeah, this was El Cheapo chicken.
Okay. Salt and pepper in here, Boo. Okay, Boo, come on over. Because I just love having a raw chicken in my hand.
Sure.
That's fine. Okay. Now this side, a little salt and pepper, S&P.
On the outside here?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Right? Okay, that's enough.
Dang.
We're gonna go ahead and stick, since I'm not putting stuffing in here, I'm just gonna pop some onion in there. I'm gonna pop some lemon in there. Or maybe not. Lemon. We got some thyme from the garden. Stick that up in there. We got a rosemary sprig up in there. Okay, let me get some trussing string out here. Hopefully that's long enough.
I mean, I got some duct tape.
It kind of looks like I know what I'm doing, and then it kind of doesn't. It's all good. I'm going to move the chicken this way. So this is how I truss a chicken. I take these babies and I tuck them under here. To put these babies back there like this.
He doesn't want to cooperate.
He doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah. I'm going to flip the chicken over. I'm going to take our trussing string. I'm going to hook it back behind its neck. I'm going to pull it up and over here. And I'm going to flip the chicken. Okay, now we have these right here, right? We're going to go down here and up around and get our little legs nice and tightened up and give us a little chicken pouch. Not a pouch, a little fun chicken. Actually, I'm going to do this like this. And then I'm just going to take it around to give me a little bit more tightness around the legs, like that.
Let me know when you're ready. You need a finger.
I need a finger.
All right. So.
And I'm going to tie up a knot right here. Just like that. Then I'm going to take these old scissors. I'm going to cut off the excess. Look at that. Isn't that a beautifully trussed chicken? Looks amazing. Okay, so I did get this big Dutch oven up on this little burner. So it could go kapooey anytime. I got some butter in there. I'm going to put a little olive oil to bring up that smoke temp. And we're going to be sauteing off some aromatics. We got some onion. Yum, yum. We're going to start with that.
That's some air freshener right there.
Yeah. When you start sauteing the onion, then you know you're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Let me soften these slightly. Next, we're going to put a little carrot in here. Carrot is the hardest vegetable, so it's going to take a little bit more to soften it up a little bit. Okay, we got a little celery up in here. I put a little bit of the tops in there just for the heck of it. And let me soften these up. So she would have like part of those wing in there and also the guts. Right? I didn't do that. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in there. She didn't call for garlic, so I'm substituting garlic for guts, right?
Hey, look for the G.
I'm just going to saute this here. And we're going to put in some thyme. I think I need a little bit more oil. And some rosemary chopped. Get a little blooming on that. We're going to put some lemon zest in here. Get one of these if you don't have it. It's a little grater, a microplane. Comes in handy. Might need it for the holidays, right?
Oh, yeah.
Woo, stir that up. Get a little blooming action. White wine from Woodbridge. We got a half cup. We're going to deglaze the pan. Ooh, he's a little happy. A little happy.
Well, that much booze, I'd be happy too.
I did add an important ingredient, the bay leaf.
Yeah, can't have it without that.
Let me stir those in.
Okay.
And then even this out here. And then we're going to put Mr. Chicken in here. Woohoo. Whoa. I'm glad that lid has a little bit of a poof on it. So we have 5 pieces of bacon here. And we're supposed to drape them over the chicken.
Oh, yeah.
4 pieces here. 2. 3. That's a little more than I think we need, though.
Well, we might want to agree with her once in a while.
Yeah, but it's got to be able to brown. It'll brown at the end. But it'll shrink, though.
It will.
Shrink, shrink. Half pieces of bacon go on the leg. And a half a piece of bacon go on the other leg. Chicken broth. We're going to be dripping some chicken broth over the bacon and into the bottom.
Well, yeah, we got to protect the bacon.
And one just fell off.
We lost the bacon in the search and rescue.
Okay, bacon's back.
All right, hey.
So the lid is going on top. She's saying use a 9-quart Dutch oven. This is a 7.
You also have a smaller chicken, too.
I have a smaller chicken and I have a on the lid.
Yeah.
That's the only thing saving me. I'm going to put this in the oven. This is going to be, she says, 1 hour and 3/4 to 2 1/4. But my chicken's not stuffed, so we're just going to watch it with the temp. So when it's done, we will be back 1 hour in to butter. I put the stuffing in the refrigerator to butter it up and get that in too as well. Okay, the chicken is in the oven and we're about to do something with the stuffing, right? So I have this baking dish here and I'm just going to butter this baby up. Butter it up, right? And then I'm going to take our stuffing that we made earlier and we're going to go ahead and put this in here. Woohoo, smells good. Smells good. Let me spread this out a little bit in here. Now that's what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to dot it a little bit with some butter here on the top. Just because that's how I am, right? Right, Boo?
Sure.
And I have the other oven heated to 350. I'm going to go ahead and cover this babe with some foil. Halfway through, we're going to remove the foil to get a little crisping on the top, right? So the chicken is about halfway through or about 1 hour in. So we're going to put this in there as well and continue the cook. Okay, the chicken is out of the oven. It is up to temperature, but we need to remove it from here before I kill it. Whoa.
You want Here's another set helping. Ooh.
We're gonna put it on a tray. This thing, like I thought, is gonna need to brown. So we raise the temperature up to 475. We're gonna put this baby in there. We're gonna throw this onto a burner, skim this off, and make a little sauce out of it. So, let me do that first. If you can see, I'm getting tired. This is not a weeknight recipe. So, one thing I gotta do is find these bay leaves. Get them out of there first off. There's one. I don't remember how many I put in here.
You got 3?
I had quite a few. There's one. There's another one. Yeesh. She said skim a little bit of this fat off the top. It's a marathon, not a sprint. She says put this in a blender. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to use my immersion blender to blend this stuff up. I'm giving up on the immersion blender. She's right with the regular blender. I'm just going to pulse it. It's hot, so watch out because you'll blow the lid off this thing. Yeesh. Okay, now I'm going to pour this back in here. Woo. So let's get this on a simmer. Okay, so we're bringing this gravy up to a simmer. I took a little taste and it needs
help.
Yeah. We're going to put that chicken in the oven to brown it. We increase the temperature to 475. I'm just going to put some fine pepper in here. Here it is, Amy dumping seasonings. Yet again. I don't know, maybe I have a weak palate that I need a lot of seasoning. You don't seem to think that my stuff is over seasoned. You never say anything.
No.
Tasting better.
Salt, a little bit.
Has a slight wine taste to it.
Well, it's going to have a little bit, boo-boo.
So let me get the chicken back into the oven. Oh, I feel like I just cooked a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, I did.
The chicken's out. I was worried that it wasn't going to, like it was just going to be flabby. It crisped it up a little bit in there. I don't know how it's going to look under that bacon.
You're not necessarily a fan of skin, so it might not, but for people who do like skin, could be an issue.
So I got this gravy in a gravy boat.
Yay, Aldi and Troffin.
Yeah. And the stuffing. Woohoo! We did make Thanksgiving dinner. Let me go put this on the board so we can carve a couple pieces off of there and serve us a plate. Okay, it's hearty carving time. So we're just going to cut this dressing off. Hopefully I won't cut my finger off.
Is this the first time you've ever braised a whole chicken?
Yeah, I mean, I usually roast it, and my concern was that it was just going to be this big flabby old thing. I wonder how it looks under the bacon. Doesn't look too bad under the bacon. Whoa.
You just came right off.
I didn't really need a knife. You don't need a knife to carve this chicken.
Well, the idea is it's going to be moist and all that good stuff and fall apart tender.
Yeah. So, I've got to turn this so it's in the right spot for me to carve the breast off.
And don't harm the bacon.
The bacon's gonna get harmed.
Well, you don't want cruel and unusual punishment.
The question is it juicy? That's the always the grand chicken question.
Well, juicy, flavorful.
It's hot.
Oh, you have a fork. You want to use that? Can I hold it?
Usually I can carve a chicken, but this thing is hot.
Well, yeah, it just came out of the oven.
Well, it's been resting for a few minutes.
It's resting, but he's still pretty hot.
Okay, so I served up a little chicken here. We're going to serve up a little stuffing. We're not going to have a huge helping because it's getting late for dinner. Wow, and we have some gravy action on here. How's that look, Boo?
Yeah, looks tasty to me.
Tasty. Okay, a little bit of stuffing here. Looks good and smells delicious.
I can probably give you a spoiler on the stuffing, but
This is like an entire Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, so our chicken. My thought is that I don't know if this is better than roasting.
well,
It's tender.
to me it's tender and juicy. So for a non-brined chicken, it did come out juicy, so it did a good job there.
I would brine it.
We're used to the flavor.
That's my personal preference because I feel like it just doesn't have enough salt.
Yeah.
It's tasty though. And the stuffing. The stuffing is amazing.
Stuffing good. The seasoning that you did add to the gravy and all that.
Made it a lot better.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think it's a good recipe if you modify it a little bit to the way that you're happy with, including seasoning.
Yeah, it was quite a bit of work.
Mm-hmm.
Would I say braising is on my list for whole chicken? I don't know. I might just roast it because I get just good results.
Brining and roasting.
The stuffing is a winner, but I also changed it to the way I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bacon is interesting, but I don't think it like flavored the chicken much. You know, go, oh my God, this tastes like it's smoked or something.
Yeah. So, Molly's recipe, I think it's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you should experience and try once. Get the experience of roasting whole chicken and braising whole chicken and see how you like it. I probably would stick to braising, brining and roasting. That's how I like it, or smoking.
The gravy and stuffing taste great, so.
The gravy almost seemed like it had milk in it, but it doesn't.
It's really smooth.
So, cooks, I'm on my way to finish this dinner. This gets a thumbs up to me. Definitely something you should try if you want to get into braising. Thanks for joining me.